Hi there, welcome on board our voyage for knowledge through the pages of Jamaica Magazine. Today we look at training opportunities for youth taking up professions in the hospitality and culinary fields. Plus, the Women's Centre is providing help for teenage mothers. Also, medical interventions giving hope to children with disability caused by spasticity. Stick around for these and more right after this message.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Young people are getting professional development opportunities to take on jobs or create their own in the hospitality and culinary fields. The institution of choice that's churning out certified individuals in these fields is the Heart Trust National Training Agency. Take a look.
Tourism and agriculture have been like Siamese twins from day one. 88% of the world travels for food experiences. And that 42% of the expenditure of all the visitors over the world is on food.
It's for reasons such as this that the Ebony Park Heart Academy has been invested in producing top-class chefs and entrepreneurs to fill industry demands.
What Heart is doing for students is that we are empowering our students. We want them to not just get a skill, but get the skill and make it useful. Open up their own business, have an entrepreneurship mind where you don't normally just have to work for people. We want to target everybody, those that are not doing anything, those that are at home not doing anything, those that feel like, boy, I'm too old and I really can't go back to school. We are for everybody. I want to target everybody in Jamaica because we want to empower our nation. And this is where it starts. We offer a wide variety of hospitality courses such as commercial food preparation, level 2, food and beverage service, level 3. But for this one now that we are focusing on today is the commercial food preparation level 2, where they learn a variety of things. They learn from pastries and to savory cooking. We actually have our own farm where we produce most of the items that we use. The pepper, we have our agro-processing units that gather the food and they process it and bottle it, and we use those products. So we don't normally buy a lot of produce out there on the street because we have our own processing unit, our own farm, our own crops, produce, everything.
Meet Amaria Bryan, a commercial food preparation student at the Ebony Park Heart Academy. At the 67th staging of the Denby Agricultural Industrial Food Show, Amaria showed off what Heart is teaching him with a scrumptious meal of chicken pasta stir-fry.
I do on-the-job training. So basically for a year, I work at the Ebony Park training restaurant meanwhile I am training. So there are days when I have to go in the kitchen to cook for people who are buying food at the restaurant. And we have to do this to get received to attain our grade. And based off our performance, we are graded, and then based off that, we get our certificate. What we did, we add a little twist to it and add an Alfredo sauce. So we basically just build a new recipe on spot, and we just call it chicken Alfredo. And in this, we have sweet pepper of different colors. We have ginger, we have salt, we have a little pinch of salt. We have basically what we was aiming for, we wanted to go natural, so we had no powder seasons. And we had 2 different types of cheese. We have mozzarella, which give it the body, and we had pepper jack cheese, which give it the flavor and give it a little spiciness. And we had sweet corns, we had blanched carrots, yes, and we have a little clove to give it a little kick. And basically, those are the main ingredients in the pasta. And we just add a little bit of brandy to bring out the flavor in the chicken breast, and to basically give it the flambe, the fire effect. That's what we did. And this dish can be prepared in about 5 to 7 minutes. Basically, I have to give the chicken breast time to cook, and the chicken breast cook very quickly. I just recently completed level 2 and I'm actually doing voluntary service here at Denby. And what I plan to do, I plan to do level 3. That's the supervisory level, chef de partie, under the same commercial food preparation. And after I finish that, I plan to work in the hotel, get some experience, but my ultimate goal is to work on the cruise ship. And then in the Burj Khalifa at Dubai. Heart has created basically I would call it a workforce database where they invest in their trainees, and then they produce them out into the workforce, and they basically have a lot of jobs waiting for us. So once a lot of hotels here at Ebony Park, then they want to take us. Some of them don't even want to interview you. They just want to know you're coming from Ebony Park, and then they just grab it because they know Ebony Park produces the best trainees, the best chefs you can find in Jamaica and on the cruise ship.
Students have worked in our major hotels in Jamaica. Even though I have students at the Rio Hotel, I have students at Sandals, I have students at Hilton. They're all over the place. I have students who are overseas now, who are in the hospitality area, and most of them are chefs. That's what they do, that's what they love, so they just go there. The sky's the limit for them, and they just want to do more, they want to learn more. So even though we teach them here, they always have a passion to know more about this foods, because it's so wide, it's so fun. I don't even know what to tell you, but it's a whole lot in one little package that you can get so much from.
If you want to grab your piece of the pie, but you're scared because you have no certifications in the subject area, don't worry. A mathematics and English entry test are available to process your application. So ask yourself this: what exactly is stopping you from starting your journey?
Did you know? The consequence of not exercising, consuming excessive sugars, trans fat, sodium and alcohol, and smoking is that sooner or later you will become seriously ill? These are known causes of non-communicable diseases, known to damage critical organs in the body, rendering them dysfunctional, leading to premature death. Avoid the unhealthy habits, treat your body right, eat well, exercise, and live longer, more productive lives.
The work of the Women's Centre is regarded highly locally and internationally as a model institution for assisting pregnant and teenage mothers achieve their life goals despite the burden of premature motherhood. The centre is helping them to develop and maintain high self-esteem. Find out more in this next feature.
At the age of 14 years old, I found out that I was pregnant. It was a very devastating experience.
I didn't have anyone. Everyone was just looking down at me. And I really thought that it was the end, you know?
Just like these two, teenage pregnancy often seems to signal a daunting battle for many girls in Jamaica. But that frightening vision is becoming less and less of a reality, thanks to the efforts of the Women's Centre of Jamaica Foundation.
I applaud your selfless service. What started off 40 years ago as a response to the high level of teenage pregnancies has become a national program with 10 different centers offering quality education.
That applause from the wife of the President of Kenya, the Honorable Margaret Kenyatta, came in early August on an official visit to Jamaica. Under the banner of the Ministry of Gender, the Women's Centre of Jamaica Foundation has served approximately 46,000 adolescent mothers in 4 critical areas: academics, which includes education and skills training; outreach, for those who cannot access the main centers; adolescent mother health, where they provide health services for beneficiaries; and counseling on family life education. But that's not all.
The Women's Centre program for teenage mothers began with 6 clients right here. And in 40 years, the program has served more than 46,000 adolescent mothers and has expanded to include 7 main centers and 11 outreach stations across the island.
I'm Kinshasa Johnson, and I'm a past student of the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. At the age of 14 years old, I found out that I was pregnant. It was a very devastating experience at that very moment. I had to come to terms with the fact that I was not only a child anymore, but I was going to become a parent. Now, at that very moment, I signed up to become a student at the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. I started attending the center when I was 14 years old, and at that time they had a bus fare program here, so young ladies who weren't financially able to find money to come to school every day, we would be granted a bus fare to come to school the following morning. So I had my baby and I was home for approximately a month, and I came back to school because I had the grade 9 achievement test. Now, hearing that I passed for a traditional high school was a bittersweet moment because I didn't have it financially, so even though I was very close to my dream, it seemed very much far. And it was at that very moment that the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation decided to assist me financially to go back to school. The center opened many, many doors for me, and one of those doors was to be a child delegate at the it was the Child Development Agency at that time. It's now the Child Family and Protection Services. And I was a child delegate where we assisted the CEO and the executive management team by telling them about matters that affect children. And it was there that I started working as a summer worker. And so I say this to say that we were young, and I don't view it as a mistake. It's a part of our journey, and it is a part of our lesson, because today I can say that I have become a totally different person because of my son, because I know that I have to pave a path for him that is clearer than the one that I had, and I have to assist him in every way possible. And I could not have done that without the help of the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation.
I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, and it was just so devastating. And I was just 15, and I'm saying to myself, how am I going to maintain myself? How am I going to maintain a baby? So when I got here, I met some really amazing people who inspired me so much. At that point, I didn't want to hurt myself anymore, and for the first time in a long while, I started to smile. And I went home and I started writing in my journal, and I said to myself, I can make it. I'm gonna make it out of this.
So let me congratulate all you girls for your unyielding resilience and courage, for taking on the responsibilities of being young mothers, yet recognizing the importance of education in unlocking your future, for refusing to be left behind.
40 years ago, teenage pregnancy meant a dead end for many young girls. It was the guarantee of a future of misery, a life of poverty, exclusion, and dependence. The pregnant teenager's education would come to an end, and her job prospects would disappear. That was before the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation was established.
Motorists, when driving on the road, here are some simple reminders. Look out for and extend courtesy to all road users. Give plenty of room to pedestrians, especially in wet weather. Drive slowly. no bother wet them up. Slow down when approaching a pedestrian crossing or school and always be prepared to stop. Remember, a school zone is a 30-kilometer zone. Cut your speed. Drivers of large and slow-moving vehicles should always keep in the far left hand of a dual carriageway. Keep it simple. Drive left and pass right. These are just simple reminders of your road duties. Drive safely.
Children with spasticity or muscle stiffness now have greater hope for improved quality of life. Check out our next feature to see what's on offer.
A mother or father's wish for his or her child. That he or she is happy, healthy, able, and will achieve his or her full potential. Even in the face of disabilities, these aspirations are affirmed with extra care and the outpouring of love in support of children with special needs. And the children themselves, some not able to freely move due to a condition known as spasticity, have strong faith in their abilities. Spasticity or muscle toning is a type of muscle stiffness seen in children with neurological conditions such as cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy is a name that describes a group of conditions where there's injury to the brain, the developing brain that occurs during pregnancy, in utero, at the time of delivery, or up until 3 years old. And it affects a part of the brain that controls movement, the motor section.
With the varying degrees of cerebral palsy, some children may have issues with comprehension or understanding. Others have seizures and problems talking, swallowing, hearing, or seeing. Despite the struggles, the possibilities are bright for children living in Jamaica with this and other conditions that affect the ability to walk. Medical interventions are now allowing some disabled children to walk for the first time and for others to walk better, ultimately having an improved quality of life.
I think what we have brought is a comprehensive approach to addressing the problem, where all the medical professionals, including nurses, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, the surgeons, the rehabilitation and specialists and physiatrists, and the neurosurgeons and neurologists have come together, working with the hospital, working with the pharmacists to try and solve the problems of each child individually. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. So for example, in my specialties, some of them may need a surgical procedure on the lower back, which we call a dorsal rhizotomy, where we will resect some of the nerve or divide some of the nerves to allow them to move the legs more freely.
Other options for treatment include injecting the muscles or around the nerves with medication that decrease muscle tone or muscle stiffness. These medications include phenol or botulinum toxin type A, Botox. Specialist teams at the Bustamante Hospital for Children and the University Hospital of the West Indies, along with partners from overseas, have been pioneering treatments for these children.
The children are assessed. They're assessed by the physiatrist, they're assessed by the physiotherapist, and a diagnosis is made, and then a particular treatment is prescribed that's tailor-made for that child's disability.
Assistive aids such as braces, walkers, and other orthotic devices provide important support to children dealing with spasticity and the pain or discomfort it causes.
It's important for children with movement problems to be positioned properly. Without good positioning, the stiffness can pull the joints out of alignment. And so when they're very early, we put them in what we call braces or orthotics. And these orthotics will maintain a proper alignment of the joint, preventing the ankles from being deformed, preventing the fingers from being deformed.
The braces help with standing, balance, and overall mobility.
If you start from toe upwards, you have what we call ankle-foot orthosis. AFO is the quick acronym. You have orthosis or braces that includes the knee, ankle-foot orthosis that allows for stability. You have some that we use at the hip to keep the hip apart. We use some at the elbows as well, or the wrists, the wrist orthosis. Some patients may require spine orthosis. Those are not usually used in the neuromuscular children, meaning the children with cerebral palsy and weakness. And if they are able to stand and balance, they get walkers to ambulate or wheelchairs so the parents and caregivers can carry them around comfortably.
There are several risk factors for cerebral palsy.
The risk factors include poor antenatal care. It also includes children that are born very young, premature delivery, less than 28 weeks, because the brain is very delicate, and any changes in oxygenation can affect the brain. Low birth weight as well, when children are born very low. Different types of infections can cause it.
And even after delivery, there's the risk from head injury and infections such as meningitis and jaundice, among other things. Doctors say the risk of developing cerebral palsy can be minimized.
Parents need to know that you must have proper antenatal care, proper enough to take the pregnancy to full term, to 40 weeks, so the child's brain and body and blood vessels can develop properly. In addition to that, good health care condition for the mother, and delivery, safe delivery is always important, and postnatally, meaning after they're delivered, is to ensure that the children are healthy, they get their vaccinations, they're not exposed to any infection, there's no trauma to the brain, environment is safe, so you don't have exposure to chemicals that can also cause it, or to accidents or near drowning and stuff like that.
Children's exposure to toxic chemicals such as paints with lead in them, herbicides, pesticides, or household chemicals with pungent odors, either ingested or inhaled, can cause brain damage and must be avoided. Our best option for good health is always prevention, but that aside, effective curative measures offer hope and great joy.
We do have children walking who weren't able to walk before. We do have children sitting who couldn't sit before. I had a patient once where the legs were crossed, scissored we call it, where the legs were scissored at the hips, and the mother wasn't able to clean her properly or carry her. So when she used to carry her in the front. So we injected between the legs, and she came out, she was very happy. I'm like, why are you so happy? She's like, me can lap her now. I said, what do you mean by that? Because we injected between the legs, she could open the legs, so she could now carry her on the side, one foot in the front, one in the back, and a bag.
We hear of another story from Aunt Avia, who cares for her nephew Emilio.
His name is Emilio Morris. He's 12 years old. At one point, his foot was like turning like this. So now, the car seat at the Bustamante, it said come back around straight. So now he's wearing a braces. At one point, he used to creep, but now he doesn't creep. At one point, his knee was very tight, but now it's not so tight. Things kind of better now, being that him get the injection. He used to get fizzy. They want him to stand up in the brace.
Kenil Baker is 13 years old. He was born with cerebral palsy, low motor skills. Basically, he cannot walk without assistance.
We have been coming to this clinic for some time now, where he has gotten injections and has done a surgery, which has helped him tremendously. He could not lay on his stomach. After the surgery, he was able to lay on his stomach and turn over, roll over. He's able to stretch out his hands and legs. And for bathing him, it has been made much easier for caring for him. He could not feed himself. He's trying to feed himself now. Well, you can leave him with food and he will feed himself. He's a very happy child. And we have good support from family and friends. And thank God we do. He's our joy. He's our joy.
On the board this week, the Escarpment Road New Testament Church of God will be hosting a free comprehensive wellness clinic in Palmer's Cross, Clarendon. Free medical, legal, dental, pharmacy and optical services will be provided. The clinic will be held at the Palmer's Cross New Testament Church of God on Saturday, November 16, starting at 9 a.m. and on Sunday, November 17, starting at 1 p.m. The Press Association of Jamaica, in observance of National Journalism Week, will put on several activities from November 17 to 23. The week will kick off with a church service at the Saxthorpe Methodist Church, 143 Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew, on November 17, starting at 9 a.m. A public forum on the topic, Is the News Too Negative?, will be held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel on Monday, November 18, starting at 6 p.m. and is free and open to all. Main speakers will be the Gleaner Company Editor-in-Chief Kemar Gordon and social commentator Javian Nelson. The PAJ will also be having seminars in Central and Western Jamaica at the Northern Caribbean University in Mandeville on Tuesday, November 19 at 2 p.m. and at the University of the West Indies Western Campus in Montego Bay on Wednesday, November 20 at 9 a.m. on the same topic. Also on the community notice board, the Corporate Institute of Professional Certification, CIPC, in the parish of St. Mary will be putting on a small and medium enterprise business conference and expo on Tuesday, November 19 from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs are asked to come out to the St. Mary Parish Church Hall in Port Maria and get the information that will help their businesses grow. Offerings include technical support and training in social media marketing, agro-processing, customer service, financial management, voucher and grant proposal writing, and filing tax returns. For more information, call 876-459-6140. The Ministry of Transport and Mining, in association with stakeholders in Jamaica's minerals sector, will be hosting National Minerals Week 2019 under the theme Minerals, the Community, the Nation and the Economy during the period November 17 to 23, 2019. The week will start with a church service on Sunday, November 17 at the Boulevard Baptist in Kingston, starting at 9 a.m. A public discussion forum will be held on Monday, November 18 at the Yallas Baptist Church in St. Thomas at 6 p.m. under the theme Examining the Legacy, Charting the Future of Mining in Jamaica. A public discussion forum will also be held on November 19 at the Brownstown Methodist Church with a Minerals Sector Investment Forum hosted by Jampro from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. RSVP dtat@jamprocorp.com. On Wednesday, November 20, there will be a field trip to Lidford Mining Company and former Reynolds Assets in St. Anne, starting at 8:30 a.m. On November 21 and 22, Minerals Sector Technical Conference and Minerals Sector Exhibition and Trade Show will be held at the Hope Complex from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. For more details, call 876-754-1900. Graduates in the Special Education Program from the Montego University College will be hosting a seminar on special education. The seminar will be held on November 18 and involve guest speakers such as Vivian Blake from the Ministry of Education's Special Education Unit and Mrs. Antonica Gunter-Gale, Executive Director of the Early Stimulation Program. This event will be held at the Montego University College in room BF81 of the Buxton Building, starting at 5:30 p.m. And that's all for our community notices this Saturday. If you have an event to share on our notice board, give us a call at 876-922-8680 or email cbishop@jis.gov.jm.
We've come to the close of Jamaica Magazine for today. We hope you've been enlightened and ask that you join us again tomorrow for more. Until then, continue to watch these and other programs by logging on to our website, jis.gov.jm, or subscribing to our YouTube channel. You may also find us on all major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.